It's that time again. Saturday morning. That's nice to hear today. Oh, the sun's gonna be in the way, so let me go the other side. What's happening, everybody? Eric, you're not in the rush hour traffic, huh? You're at home today. Saturday. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Benita. Good morning, Charles. It's a lovely Saturday today. Saturday morning. I'm up early. I've been up for maybe an hour or so, and you know my morning routine. Got to come out here and get my donuts on a Saturday morning. Well, if you don't know where I am, I live in Laverne, California. Small little town that is north of Pomona, where the LA County Fairgrounds are. I kind of grew up in this city. I went to elementary school here. I went to middle school. Went to high school here. Even though I went to Morehouse College, I took a master's course right here at University of Laverne, which is right here. My dad is on the city board of this city, you know, so I got my roots in this city. But anyways, today's topic we're going to talk about, and you let me know if you can't hear me clearly because I got the fountain right behind me. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, May. Mary. So today's topic, we're going to talk about watch who you're listening to. Watch who you're listening to. That's very, very touchy. Because when we're confronted with something new, you know, and we don't know what is going on or what it is, we always want to go to somebody that we trust and to find out, you know, get some more information, find out what's happening. And that can be good and that can be bad as well. Everybody has an agenda. All right, I hope you're clear about that. Every single person has an agenda. I have an agenda for everything that I do and everything that I say. There's a motive behind it, there's an agenda behind it, there's a purpose. I don't just say things randomly just because I'm saying something randomly. Hopefully most of the time it's well thought out before I open my mouth. But there are times, there are people that are saying things to serve an agenda. So when I look at the crypto market space, for example, look at cryptocurrency. You've got two spectrums. You've got the advocates for it, you've got the opponents for it. And it's easy to find that all of the opponents, most of them, if they're professionals, are coming from the banking world, the government, or they've got a vested interest in the banking world and the government. Hey, what's going on, Clint? So, those that are on the positive side of crypto, especially in the early days, were the anarchists, the libertarians, people against the government, people for the tech guys, entrepreneurs, innovators. Those type of people were for cryptocurrency. Then you've got all the rest of Americans in the middle. And they're looking at this space like, all right, so who should I listen to? Why should I get in on it? And whatever your own personal belief is, I guarantee you'll find somebody out there that's a professional that will back up what you already believe. I mean, let's take the news, for example. If you are already somebody that is against Donald Trump, you're against the Republican Party, then you can turn on MSNBC and CNN and you will hear stories that back up what you currently believe. If you're a Republican, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, if you're currently for what's going on with the government, then you're going to turn into Fox News. And you're going to hear information that backs up what you already believe. So when people ask the question, who's right or who's wrong? Guess what? There is no right or wrong here. There's only belief. Belief, it doesn't matter. I said this the other day, you know, facts. When the mind is right, facts don't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody is factually right or wrong. If somebody believes it, it's true for that individual. Now, history will be the judge on whether you're on the right side of history or the wrong side of history. And nobody, and I mean nobody, believes that they're on the wrong side of history. Nobody does. You go back to the 60s and the civil rights era, and all of those people, the racists, the Jim Crow guys, the people against desegregation, those people did not believe they were on the wrong side of history. You know, at a time when politicians were saying that women didn't have the right to vote because they're women, they didn't believe they were on the wrong side of history. Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, the Nazis, they didn't believe they were on the wrong side of history. You look at Blockbuster Video, when they had an opportunity to own 49% of Netflix, and they said nobody wants to have movies delivered to their home by mail. They want to pick it up in the store. They didn't believe they were on the wrong side of history. So, I say all that to say this, and I want to bring it back, because this is an important topic. In Bitcoin space, if you already kind of have an inclination that it's a scam, then you're going to find and you're going to gravitate to those people that's already out there running their mouths calling it a scam. If you don't believe it's a scam and you believe that this is something that has value, that is really going to change the world, you can find people out there that is going to back that state up. So what you need to do, as far as being objective, is really not to listen to the so-called experts on either side. Here's what I did, because I used to bash Bitcoin for 2 years. And I didn't bash it because I didn't believe in, you know, the technology behind it. I bashed it because I didn't believe that it was useful for us right now, and that I thought that MLM companies that were coming up in this space were taking advantage of the name of Bitcoin to try to, you know, it's like clickbait, get people all excited and scam them out of their money. And I kind of still believe that today for most MLM companies in the cryptocurrency space. I believe that. I believe that there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of, you know, the owners that don't have the good intent, and that they are using the name of Bitcoin in an attempt to scam people out of their money. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. That doesn't mean they're all doing it. All right? That doesn't mean they're all doing it, but most of them are. So when I decided to get into the crypto space, when I changed my career, I decided that I'm going to do my own research. I'm going to do my own research. And I spent months, 3 or 4 months, and I'm still doing my research right now. But I spent months doing my own research, learning myself. You know, YouTube and Google's your friend. I joined an education program to teach me more about crypto so that I could see value in it for myself. I didn't need to rely on somebody else telling me that this is a good space, this is a good place to invest. I didn't need anybody to tell me that. I did my own research. I did my own, you know, investigations. I was thorough, very, very thorough. And I'm still learning. I mean, I would not call myself a Bitcoin expert. I would say I know far more today than I did 6 months ago. I know enough to make educated decisions on my investments. I know enough to, you know, do Facebook Lives and share information. But I would never call myself a Bitcoin guru or anything like that. You know, I know enough that I've been able to live off of this space full time. You know, I make more than $30,000 a month off of this. Well, I shouldn't have said that. So I know enough. But another reason why I bring it up is this space is about to go under attack. And I got to get this waterfall's bugging me. I'll sit over here. All right. The cryptocurrency space is about to come under major attack from my old industry. And my industry is MLM industry, network marketing. And I predicted this months ago that it was coming. It's happening sooner than I thought. I thought that it was going to happen in 2018, but we are in December, so the seven-figure earners, the gurus out there, you know, they're getting themselves prepared. They're getting lined up. The shots have already been fired, and it's coming. And I've already had people reaching out to me saying, well, Brandon, you know, I'm confused. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but do you know who this guy is? This guy has made $20 million in network marketing and has helped hundreds and thousands of people change their lives financially. And I was on his call, and he started saying, warning everybody against Bitcoin and saying that all the companies were scams and that we're going to lose our money and people are going to go to jail. And, you know, I wanted to get into this space, but I respect that guy, and I'm scared now. I don't know what to do. I'm going to give you guys some advice here. Whenever, and I state this, everybody has an agenda. Whenever you hear somebody saying something, especially negative, always look at what is their motive. Why are they saying something, and why now? Why do they feel the need to want to sound the alarm? Is it because they want to save everybody? Could be. Could be. They're that benevolent. But what's their agenda? What do they have to gain? You got to ask yourself that question. So let's get off the MLM guys for a second. Let's look at the bankers. What do the bankers have to gain by bashing Bitcoin so relentlessly? What do they have to gain? Well, to them, Bitcoin is a threat. People having the ability to live completely off the grid, to not have to put their money in the banks, to not have to use banking for any transactions. If enough people do that, that's a threat to the banking institution. That's a threat to the status quo. So it is a clear and present danger and a threat to the banking system, to the federal government. So whoever is in charge of that institution needs to do, in their power, they need to protect their institution. They need to downplay, they need to marginalize, they need to discredit, criminalize anything that has to do with Bitcoin. Whether they believe it or not, they have to. That's their job. So when you take that and you look back into the MLM space, when you have these seven-figure earners and these so-called experts, and a lot of them are great, they're great people. I'm not putting them down. I was in the industry for 19 years. Well, yesterday was my 19-year anniversary in MLM. I need to do a special live about that, special video, because I retired from MLM now. But these people are not bad people. They just have an agenda. So what is their agenda in the MLM space? They're scared. They're afraid. Rightfully so. 98% of people that join network marketing companies will never make money. You know, that's a tough pill to swallow for some people. At the same time, this industry has created more millionaires in the history of America. Did you know that 70% of women who make $100,000 or more are entrepreneurs? They work from home, meaning they're working in some type of a network marketing or affiliate program from home. So even though the numbers may be high that 98% don't make money, the opportunity is there for everybody to make money. It's not that something is holding the 98% back, that it's a scam. It's not. It's an opportunity. Just like most businesses fail when they first get started. 90% of companies go out of business in their first 3 to 5 years. So those numbers are nothing to be scared about. But in the cryptocurrency space, you realize that almost 100% of people make money? 100%. So if you are in a network marketing company and you are a leader, and you spent the last 15, 20 years of your career building up your base, building up your network, building up your residual income, a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, and time, and all of a sudden this crypto thing comes around and a new company comes in, everybody's making money from it, and your downline decides to run over there and get off auto ship with your company. What happens to your check? What happens to your residual income? What happens to your financial security? So MLM companies and cryptocurrency represent a clear and present danger to the current status quo of MLM. Now let me tell you how they're going to attack this. It's the same way the government attacks things that they don't like. There's 3 things the government will do. The first thing they will do is they will criminalize it. Criminalize it. You know what that means? They're going to say that Bitcoin is being used for fraud, that Bitcoin is being used for illegal activities, that the Silk Road was being used for people to use Bitcoin to buy drugs and money launder and terrorist activity. Therefore, we need to shut down the entire industry of Bitcoin. That's what the banks are going to say. That's what the government's going to say. When that doesn't work, the second thing that they're going to do is attempt to ban it. Meaning they're going to hinder it. They're going to put up roadblocks. They're going to make it difficult for you to do any transactions with Bitcoin. They're going to make it difficult for you to have bank accounts if you're depositing Bitcoin. They're going to make it difficult for you to use your debit cards that have that deal with Bitcoin. You know, you're going to start to see that hindrance. The SEC is going to come down on anything dealing with Bitcoin, put all these restrictions and regulations on it, which leads me into the third thing that's going to happen. The third thing that the government's going to do is co-opt it. You know, Ronald Reagan once said, you know, if you can't shut it down and you can't ban it and you can't criminalize it, regulate it and tax it. That's the Ronald Reagan way. And that's what the government's going to do. The government's going to co-opt the blockchain technology, create their own, except the blockchain is decentralized. They're going to create a blockchain that is centralized, meaning they control it. They're going to come out with the Fed coin, which is going to be pre-mined, controlled by the government, which means the government can put more coins in whenever they want, and they're going to control the space, co-opt the technology, regulate and tax it. That's what the government and the bankers are going to do. What are the MLM guys going to do? Same strategy. The first thing they're going to do, and the first argument you're going to hear, is they're going to criminalize it. They're going to say everything in crypto is illegal. They're going to say Zeek Rewards, Telex Free, Fortune High Tech Marketing, Vima. They're going to call every company in crypto illegal, a Ponzi scheme. That's step number 1. And we're in that phase right now. You will hear that battle cry probably for the next 2 to 3 months, by maybe March or April of next year. You're going to hear nothing but them criminalizing it, calling it illegal. The second thing you're going to hear them say is they're going to attempt to ban it. And here's how they're going to do it. They're going to start saying, if we find anybody in our company that's dealing with that, then we're going to kick you out of our company, MLM. We might sue you for cross-recruiting, because that's the biggest fear, is their downline leaving to join another company. So you're going to start to see the CEOs of the companies, and you're going to see the seven-figure earners, you know, following people's Facebook posts, saying, are you promoting any cryptocurrency company? And then say, well, you're cross-recruiting, we're going to kick you out. To spread fear in the hopes of other people that won't do that, so that they don't fear they're going to lose their checks. That's number two. And here's the third thing that they're going to do ultimately, and this is the most hypocritical of it all. The same seven-figure guys who ran their mouths for months criminalizing it, calling it illegal, they're going to join cryptocurrency. But they're not going to join a current company that's out there right now. They're either going to create their own, or they're going to have other CEOs that's going to come on board and ask them to be the master distributor. But either way, they're going to join the cryptocurrency space, and they're going to say, I'm in it now because I found a company that is doing it the right way. I found a company that is doing it that's not a scam, that's not a Ponzi, and you should follow me. And then they're going to become the biggest advocates of cryptocurrency. They're going to act like they are the biggest experts in the world. How do I know that this is going to play out this way? Well, after 19 years in this industry, that's exactly what I would do if I was in their position. That's exactly what I would do. And it's exactly what has happened before. Whenever the industry changes, fear comes in. We can go back to the 90s. And we can look at, going into the 90s, you had traditional MLM companies out there. You had really two industries. You had health and wellness, and you had kind of services with, in the 80s with insurance. You know, A.O. Williams. A new industry, two new industries actually came in place. Telecommunications and travel back in the 90s. And they put an MLM arm on top of it. You know, the deregulation of gas and electricity, the deregulation of long distance. So now cell phone companies can compete. Companies like ACN and Excel came to place. Companies like World Ventures and YTB came into play. And you know what the traditional MLM people from the 70s and 80s that were in the health and wellness industry, they called ACN, they called Excel, they called World Ventures, they called YTB, they called these companies scams, Ponzi's. They said, how in the world can you have a company that there's no physical product? You're selling long distance, that's not a product. You're selling travel, that's not a product. They called them Ponzi. The same thing you're going to see these seven-figure earners saying about crypto was already done 20 years ago. It's a cycle because it's a new change, it's a new adoption that's taken place. So they're going to say the same thing about crypto that was said about telecommunications and travel 20 years ago. And they followed the same formula. They followed the same exact formula. So let's get back to who should you listen to? Who should you listen to? Well, tell me this. Is it smart to listen to somebody who has had 20, 30 years experience in network marketing, who has made millions of dollars, who has helped hundreds and thousands of people change their lives in the MLM industry, and then they want to have an opinion on cryptocurrency, an industry that they're not invested in, an industry that they know nothing about, they have no experience in, but they want to come out and say everything in the crypto space is a scam and a Ponzi with no proof or evidence, just their opinion based on what has happened in network marketing's past and history. Crypto is not MLM. It's investing. Network marketing is not investing. MLM is not investing. Two complete different industries, which is why I was one of those MLM guru guys. And when I came to the crypto space, I spent months learning all over again from scratch. I didn't come into this space saying, hey guys, you know, I got 18 years in MLM. I got this now. I'm an expert now. Listen to what I got to say. Heck no. I put my head down and I spent months to research this space before I opened my mouth. And I apologize for the 2 years I was calling this a scam, or Bitcoin a scam, because I didn't know what I was talking about. See, I could safely say I didn't know what I was talking about. But guess what? I was convincing. A year and a half ago, you heard me talk. I think I even got videos out there. I was professional. I was convincing. And it sounded like I knew exactly what I was talking about. This is why you got to be careful on who you listen to. Just because somebody sounds good, just because they have a great history and a background, doesn't mean they're an expert on what their subject they're talking about. I was not an expert on the crypto space when I was talking about it, saying that it was a scam. But after spending months researching the space and doing my due diligence, I know what I'm talking about now. So I say this and I plead to my fellow MLM guys out there. If you're going to speak on this space, especially if you're going to create fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and you can admit that you're doing it to save your check, at least spend time to do the research to find out what this is that's actually going on before you start screaming Zeke rewards on everything. They all got an agenda. Randy Gage is coming out with a book calling MLM companies and cryptocurrency a scam. Number one problem with that is he's generalizing. Are there scams in MLM in the crypto space? Absolutely. Most of them are. I agree with that. But he's lumping them all together as all of them. That's just like in the MLM space. Are there scams in the MLM space? Absolutely. Does that mean every MLM company is a scam? No. But the real reason that Randy Gage is speaking about cryptocurrency right now is not to save you guys. It's because he knows what sells books. And what's going to sell a book is controversy. Controversy and gossip and what's the other word? You know, resistance. And he knows that the 7-figure earners in the MLM space are scared to death of crypto, what it's going to do for the status quo. So he's playing on their fears. So come out with a book that's going to back up their fears and give them some ammunition, and they're going to buy it up like crack cocaine. And they're going to spread it to everybody in their downline to try to keep everybody in place. That's why. Because Randy Gage could easily write a book and say, wow, the cryptocurrency space is the greatest economic, financial shift in wealth in the history of mankind. It is the next evolution of entrepreneurship in the home-based business. And here's ways that the MLM industry can adopt cryptocurrency so that everybody now can start making money and move forward. Randy Gage could easily do a book on that. What's that?
I said, making money, how can I be down?
You want to be down making money too?
Yeah.
I help you out. Come see me when you come back this way. That's what I'm talking about. I told you guys, I don't recruit. People come to me. So, I see you. So, I lost my train of thought there, thinking about money. So, yeah, Randy Gage could easily come out with a positive book about how MLM could integrate into the new technology, the future. And he should. Because the one thing that is positive the one thing that is guaranteed is change. That's the one thing that's guaranteed is change. The MLM industry has changed about 4 times since the 50s. Especially the biggest change with the internet and all these affiliate programs that came in place. And the reason why I say that that is something that Randy Gage should do is because MLM has a bigger problem on his hand. And it's not cryptocurrency. MLM's biggest problem today is a flood in the market of MLM companies, easy access to it because of the internet, and the SEC coming down on this industry hard, talking about you must have 50% customer acquisition when it comes to you getting a check. 50% customer acquisition. That is difficult. If you're a 7-figure earner, you've made all your money by building a team, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 people and more or higher. Well, hold on, let me do this for a second. Come on over here for a second. We're gonna do something live here. We're gonna teach you guys something. Yeah, I'm gonna have you on live TV. Come sit down with me.
What's your name?
My name's Brandon. What's your name?
Brandon Cassie.
Nice to meet you, Kathy. All right. So this is Cassie. Sitting with, we're in Laverne. What do you currently do for a living right now, Cassie?
I am a mobile dog groomer.
Mobile dog groomer?
My truck's right there. It's called Doggy Style Services, right here in my house.
You're an entrepreneur, huh?
Absolutely.
Anybody that's in Laverne area, then you want to make sure that if you've got any pets, you want to come see Cassie here.
Yes.
Dog groomer. All right. How
Doggy Style Services. DAWGGY.
Doggy Style Services. How long have you been doing that?
With the truck since 2013, but I have been a dog trainer, a service dog trainer, and worked in a kennel and a pet technician for about 8 years.
8 years now. How long do you see yourself doing this for?
Till I can make more money and hire other people.
There you go. So you want to expand.
Yes.
So
yes.
what you need is actually more capital. That's going to allow you to do that, right?
Oh, you tell me. Money.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in any other home-based businesses before? Or you've always been an entrepreneur?
Always been one, just didn't have the money to do it. Takes money to
Takes money. What do you know of the Bitcoin cryptocurrency space? Have you heard of that?
Negative.
You ever heard of Bitcoin at all?
No.
You guys see that? You watch Big Bang Theory? You heard of that show?
I've seen it before.
This past Thursday, they did a whole episode on Bitcoin.
Okay.
Bitcoin is basically digital currency. It allows us to be able to pass money around peer-to-peer without having to go to a bank.
Okay.
And so it's going to be the most popular thing around the world right now.
Okay.
But it's going to be, people can invest in it.
Okay, how do I do that?
So I'm going to tell you that in a second. So what I do this full time. I invest in Bitcoins and I live off of it.
Okay.
And it pays me interest every day like the banks do.
Oh.
And so what I can do is I can show you. First thing I need you to be educated on this stuff because you don't know anything about it. You got Netflix?
Yes.
All right, go home, do Netflix and chill. Now, but what you want to do though is pull up a documentary called Banking on Bitcoin.
Banking on Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Watch that. It's going to get you updated on the space.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you my number.
Okay.
And you shoot me a text message after you watch that episode.
Okay. Well, let me pull my truck around right here. I'm pull it right up here to the front.
Okay.
And then I'll give you a card because I'm on my way to actually go groom a pit bull. And
don't get bitten.
I have 4 dogs. I have 2 pit bulls and 2 chihuahuas.
All right, Cassie.
I will be right back in about
just bring me your
3
card.
minutes. Okay.
You guys see how easy that is? That doesn't take much, right? All right. Anyways, let me get back to watch who you're listening to. Watch who you're listening to. Because people can steal you. I could have sat here and told her, no, you want to get into my MLM company? It's going to pay auto ship, and you got to pay this, and I'm going to give you some samples. Heck no. Who wants to do that all day long? I don't want to do that. She's an entrepreneur. She wants to make some money. I'm going to show her how to make some money. All right. Hey, Eric says, I look like Q-Tip. No, man, I've heard that I sound like Q-Tip. My wife would tell you, when we first met, she liked me because I sounded like Q-Tip. And I've heard that a lot. I haven't heard anybody say I look like Q-Tip. But anyways, back to the thing. Watch who you're listening to. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. What is my agenda? Because I do have an agenda. Why am I speaking on this? Because I'm defending my space. I have a unique advantage of being able to know the MLM space inside and out after 19 years. Going from not making no money to being a top producer to hitting the top positions. Hold on one second. Give me your card.
My card.
All right, Casey. Give me a hug, Casey.
Okay.
You have a great day
I will.
today. Enjoy your day.
So that's me right there. So you gonna give me a call?
Yeah, I'll give you a call. Well, I'm going to shoot you a text message first.
Okay. See, this is my 2 dogs. 2 of my dogs.
All right.
Big bro, little sis. And then I have a macho man who's a Chihuahua and a Western Yorkie whose name is Boss Booby.
Oh, okay.
This is what I'm getting ready to go groom some dogs. But give me a call, and I'm very interested because you know, I need to make some.
You want to make some money? All right, I'll hook you up. My wife watching this right now thinking I'm flirting with her or something. Casey, all right. So anyways, like I said, what is my agenda? You know, my agenda is that I spent all this time in the network marketing space. I see the issues, I see the problems, I see where it's going to be in the next 5 years, and that a major evolution of it is going to take place. And whether the 7-figure money earners are going to admit to it or not, they know it too. And instead of moving forward, they're trying to hold on and keep what they have. And so I decided to move forward. I decided to leave the MLM space, and that was difficult. You know, my last position was Vice President of Sales and Marketing for a network marketing company. I've been doing it full time since 2012. That's my income. So I had to take a leap of faith, stepping out and leaving. And I joined the cryptocurrency space, and it didn't take long. It only took, what, 45 days? 45 days to go from $100 to, what was that at that 45-day mark? $12,000, $13,000 a month, and then 3 months to get to $30,000 a month. It didn't take long when you know what you're doing. So I want to protect my space now. So I'll be damned if I'm going to have my former 7-figure colleagues that know absolutely nothing, that did not do the research I did in this space, to come in and call everything that we're doing a scam, and not do their homework and not do their due diligence. You know, I'm going to defend my territory. So if they're going to stand up and scream the sky is falling, I'm going to come outside with my umbrella and tell the other people it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Will there be companies that get shut down and that proves them right? Yes. Yes, there will. There will be companies that do get shut down, and they're going to turn around and say, I told you so. The problem is that they're going to lump it all together. So there's an old saying, when I say watch who you're listening to, you know, just because it's sunny outside doesn't mean that it's summertime. It's sunny outside right now. I've got my sunglasses on, but I also got a jacket because it's 50 degrees. It's cold as hell for me in California. So watch who you're listening to. Make sure that your goals and agenda is aligned with theirs. If you've been in a situation where you haven't made money and you've been in that company for 2 years, and you see people making money over here and you want to go over, but your upline is saying, it's a scam. Whose agenda are they following here? Are they really looking out for you? Or are they looking out for their paycheck and keeping you on auto ship? Don't be afraid to ask the question. And don't be afraid to seek advice elsewhere. And more importantly, do your own research. Do your own research. And come up with your own game plan. But you definitely don't want to miss out. Fear of loss is real here. Fear of loss is moving me. Because I've got business partners that have become millionaires over the last couple of years, and I didn't listen to them. Because I said everything in crypto is a scam. And I didn't listen to them. They're millionaires today. So fear of loss is driving me. I don't want 5 years from now to come. And you guys know how Facebook records everything you do and say. You know what scared me? If you've been on my presentations, I have a slide there that I made a post August 1st, 2014. And I was celebrating a woman on my team that she owns her own restaurant in Tokyo. And I typed in there, congratulations, she has the first Bitcoin ATM machine in the entire city of Tokyo. I think in all of Japan. And I typed it. And every year on August 1st, Facebook says you've got a Facebook memory. And it pulls that up. And I think to myself, what if I got involved back in 2014? Where would I be today? That haunts me. I don't want to be that guy 5 years from now. Bitcoin is worth like $100,000 a coin per more. And my Facebook history comes up, me saying, oh, Bitcoin's a scam. Y'all need to leave that stuff alone. Worse yet, my son to see my post. Like, Daddy, you know, you could have got involved in that Bitcoin stuff years ago. And you were running your mouth calling it a scam. Who's the fool now? So, nah. That was going to happen to me. Alright guys, I think I spent enough time out here. I'm ready to go get my donuts and get my Saturday started. You know, we've got 30 days left till the year's out. Start making your New Year's resolutions today. Don't wait till the end of the year. And if you're just joining, you're going to want to go back and listen to this from the beginning. So when you say, I still remember the talk you did before on this same subject a couple years back. Yeah, I wasn't that positive on this a couple years back. But I am now. I am now. But if you're just joining us, go back to the beginning because I'm going to have a new business partner. People ask me, Brandon, how in the world do you do what you do? I don't recruit. I put myself in positions where people want to buy. See, understand rule number one. People like to buy, they don't like to be sold. They like to buy. I do 2 to 3 Facebook Lives a day. I upload YouTube videos on a daily basis. I do 3 presentations a week. If you're not talking, nobody's going to be listening. And when you put yourself out there, eventually you're going to have people come knocking on your door. I was sitting here minding my own business, and a lady walked up talking about, I want to make some money too, and now I got her card. Do you know when the last time I actually recruit out in public? That's never. I build my business online. This one card can end up making me $10,000. You never know. All right, with that, you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I will be doing I got a presentation tonight. If you want to know what it is that I do, then you want to hop on my presentation tonight. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm not going to give out the link. You got to send me a private message to get the link. I want to be respectful of my other cryptocurrency people that are not in my businesses. So I'm not going to be putting my link out there or anything like that. So send me a private message and I'll give you the link to my presentation tonight. And I will be doing a Facebook Live late night crypto talk tonight as well. With that, let's go make some money. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.